Happy Easter! I'm recording this like 2 days before that, but I'm having my Easter celebration tomorrow because, believe it or not, almost nothing is open on Easter. Crazy, but we had to get our sushi. Let me tell you, Easter celebration, sushi, it goes hand in hand for everybody in the world. I know! Now, why am I making this video? Actually, while I'm speaking right now, I came up with zero ideas. So let's talk about, because, it's going to be one of the days of, religion. Let me confess a few things to you. My Boomershooter sins. My confessions. Confession number 1. Mick Gordon, his music is good for the new Doom games, but I'm gonna be real with you. I prefer every single classic Doom track over every single track in the new Doom games. I know that's not something most people would agree with, but hey, the music's good, but it also kind of sounds like, this would be better if it didn't sound like it was a trash can on fire at the same time. My hot take there, but they're good. I'm not gonna say they're bad. Another thing, I have not actually played Blood for real. I know a lot about Blood. I know a lot about a lot of things that I've never actually played. Now, that is sort of a half-truth. I have played Blood for about 5 minutes, and then never again. See, it was doing this weird texture warping that I didn't like, so I tried to mess with some of the settings, and I broke it. And then I never played again. So, we're sitting there. How far into Blood did I get, you may ask? Well, I didn't open the doors to the first building in the game. That's how far I got in. So not very at all. Okay, here's a bad one. I never actually have finished Half-Life 1. Right, I know that sounds like how. Because I've finished all episodes of Half-Life 2. I finished Half-Life Blue Shift. I finished Half-Life Opposing Force. I finished, I've played every Half-Life deathmatch. I've gotten to the middle of Half-Life 1. How many times I can't even count. I almost beat Half-Life 1 Source, but I've just never finished it. I don't know why. It's one of my favorite series, but just that last home stretch mile is just so hard for me to get. I don't know why. Okay, so here's another one. See, I have to keep stopping and checking my Steam to remind me of the games I own. So, I own 2, count them 2 copies of Doom 64. And I don't like them that much. Now, Doom 64 is good. I know some people who may see this may be loading a gun right now and looking for my address. But, it's good. I just look at it and, it's like, the lighting's really neat, but, I don't know, it's just kind of fine. I don't like what they did with some of the demons, and then it just, Also, I don't like the Doom guy in it. He doesn't have gloves in his, model, the 3D render of him, but in first person he has gloves. For one, I think gloves belong on every outfit imaginable. A suit of armor, a character's outfit, it's just not finished without gloves, if you ask me. And that's why something about Doom 64 guy, he's really neat, but man needs gloves. And same for Doom 3. Doom 3, my golden child. I'm not gonna be a hypocrite here. In Quake Champions, they gave Doom 3 guy gloves because they knew the mistake. So that's why if they ever remaster it, they should give him gloves, because him not having gloves was just weird. Alright, now I'm gonna go check again. Alright, I'm back, and oh boy, this one took a hot second to get right, because I had to do some counting and some remembering, which is just so hard, I know. So, this is not something I did exactly wrong, though I suppose I wouldn't recommend most people do this, but I happen to own way too much Doom. I've said this before on Twitter, but it's only gone up since. I own, now when I say I own, some of these are digital, and some of these are physical, and some of these are within other games. I own 6 copies of Doom 1, 6 copies of Doom 2, 3 copies of Doom 3, 2 copies of Doom 64, 2 copies of Doom 2016, 1 copy of Final Doom, 1 copy of Doom Master Levels, 1 legally ambiguous copy of PS1 Doom, and 1 copy of Doom Eternal. Though, realistically, that will probably turn into 3 for reasons that I will not go into eventually. So, as you can see, that's way too much Doom for one person to own, especially seeing as most of them are repeats of the same games. Yeah. So, yeah, that's not good for me. Alright, on to the next one. I have to find it, though. And here's the final one. Because I guess I'm just not as sinful as you may have thought. So the video's not that long. Gotta stretch it over 8 minutes, though. That's important. So, I think Hexan 2 is better than Hexan 1 and Heretic. I know, I didn't think that this was like a hot take till I saw it on Twitter a couple weeks ago. That apparently it is not a popular opinion to prefer Hexan 2. Even though it is just better in every single way. What can I say? I don't like Heretic that much. Or Hexan. They're fine, I've played them. But Hexan 2 is cooler. Alright? Everybody's after that low poly stuff nowadays, but you know, Hexan 2's got pretty nice low poly stuff, and what can I say? But everybody, you know, that's one thing. Everybody's really after low poly stuff today, like to their own detriment sometimes. Like, I swear, you know, it's becoming a little bit too idealized. I like low poly stuff as much as the next guy. It's interesting, it's nice to look at, it's charming. But like some of the time, oh no, did anybody hear that Discord notification? But sometimes I feel like they idolize it a bit too much. It's like, you know, you could do something else. Well, it's mostly down to that some people can nail it perfectly, and other ones, it just kind of looks lazy. Anyway, those are my sins. Happy Easter. I'm probably never going to correct them. Because once you get into that hole of not playing Blood, it's very hard to get out of that hole.